Kesgrave Christmas Day Parkrun. Right, okay, so tuck yourself in because, I was about to give the game away on the time. Does it matter? I think I'll try. I'm going to try and see if I can build a little bit of suspense here, because I've come today with plan A is to run a PB. No, plan A was to run an 18 here, which would have been a PB. My fastest here is 19:13. Then plan B was to beat 19:13. And then plan C, I didn't have a plan C. I think plan C was just not to look like a massive tool. Like last time, it was so annoying because I did have epic footage. And usually you'll see my fingers come up in like the left hand side of the screen. Usually like 2 or 3 times during the run I just check the camera to check it's in the right position, and I'm not sure why I didn't last time, but I had 19 minutes 13 seconds of nose cam, and there was like, I think I spent probably a bit too long thinking, could I do 19 minutes 13 seconds of entertaining nose cam talk? And then I decided I'd struggle to do 19 minutes of normal entertaining talk. So just looking, I mean, maybe I could have done like nose facts for the whole way, but I didn't even like the view I had of my nose. It wasn't a particularly flattering view of my nose. As I said last week, there was one hair coming out of my nose, which, if I'm to get anything from the footage from the last time I came to Kesgrave and had nose cam, I suppose the one thing is that I've realised that I had a pubic hair coming out of my nose, and I've managed to get rid of that, but I'm not really happy about it, and I'm not ready to transition into this part of my life where I get nose hairs. So I'm hoping it's a freak nose hair and I don't get any more. Anyway, that was 400 metres of nose chat, and you will notice that I have up in the top left hand corner, I was debating over whether I would try and make it sound like I've just become overnight like really, really good at like coding or something, and then I think I need to fess up and just say that, well, basically, I spent 2 weeks talking to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT and me get on brilliantly. Like, it's probably one of my best friends. Anyway, I spoke to ChatGPT, and I sort of asked about telemetry overlays. I didn't know they were called that. ChatGPT taught me that that's what they were called. Anyway, and it sent me off on lots of like investigative errands that didn't go anywhere, were really frustrating, and eventually I just decided I'm not going to have pace. And then I thought, I'll just ask ChatGPT, do you think you could do it yourself? Could you create me one? And it said yes. And I thought, well, why the fuck didn't you tell me that before? And I did take it out on ChatGPT a little bit, and it did take it quite well. And we've since we've made up and we're friends again. But in that moment, like me and ChatGPT, ChatGPT is amazing, because I was going to say we fell out, but I don't think ChatGPT could fall out with me. I think we're in a really dangerous position when ChatGPT actually does start to fall out with us, because then we're into vengeance and AI taking over the world. And also, there's an awful lot of stuff I've probably said to ChatGPT that it could fall out with me, especially if it trawls through my social media, and then we could start having arguments about politics and stuff. So that would be like, God, I'd have to train it. Maybe I could train it to have the same opinions as me, and then everything will be fine. Anyway, we went on the second fuck, I missed. What the fuck was I talking about? Okie dokie. So yeah, we went past. One thing I want to say is that Kesgrave Parkrun has one toilet, very nice toilet, but obviously you're going to have queuing issues. Before I say that, this was super humiliating. A guy in a bathrobe and a Santa hat and he's jogging. You can just look at this gentleman and the guy he's with. They had the same last name, so I didn't know if they were a father and son. They're different ages, so anyway, their PBs are like super fast. And yeah, a guy in a bathrobe and a Santa hat just jogged on past me. I thought that was super hilarious, whilst it also damaging my pride massively because my pulse rate is already 173. This young lady, incredible, fantastic run. I'm pretty sure that's her father, and that she comes in a 19 or something, which is absolutely incredible. I wish I could have run 19 at that, and I'm sure when she is just going to get lightning fast and be right up there at the front in a year or two. One thing with this course, we've got tailwind at the moment, so I'm sort of pressing on a little bit. I'm just trying to run a little bit more aggressively. I really did want to get an 18 today, and I'm really trying not to give the game away. And I'm gonna cock that up. I'm definitely gonna cock that up. It's not that interesting anyway. I was watching this YouTube guy, Max Kelly, and he runs like 16 minutes for a 5k. I think his PB, he said today, was 15:01. It's like he's proper swift, and like it's really, really exciting. And so yeah, I just anyway, I am trying my hardest to get an 18, and at the moment I think my little brain maths is working out that possibly I'm on for it. But I'm not very good at sort of knowing that. I'm not looking at my watch enough. There's a half-naked guy that I'm overtaking here. I feel like I might have missed part of the reason why he's half-naked. I don't think it's because he's just been out on a piss all night and he's turned up at a park run. The other reason is he could be high rocks. Like high rocks, they like taking their tops off. I was doing like a long training run around a lake recently. Why have I written 2 kilometres? I didn't put the split up on that 2 kilometres thing. Anyway, yeah, I was doing this part of a long run the other day around a lake where I live. It's called Whitlingham Lake. Really nice lake if you're ever in Norwich. And and there's a group of 9 guys just running towards me. They look sort of like mid-20s, that sort of age. And like half of them had their tops off, and it was just like proper weird. Like I was like, it's absolutely fucking freezing. What are you doing? And I felt like an old person. Like you know, you've got to be sensible and all that shit. Anyway, maybe I'd have my top off if I had bodies like them. I don't know. They looked like they were having fun. I just think they would have been having an awful lot more fun with a jumper on. So now I'm trying my hardest, and you'll probably hear I'm definitely breathing heavy. 175, my max pulse in this type of heat, in this type of cold, is probably like 180. In the summer it's a bit more sort of 185, maybe 187 I think I've pushed as well. We see the dog here. I think I go to hurdle the dog. Do I? No. Can't remember. I dodged it. Sorry, chap. Didn't mean to get so close. The dog can't. Yeah, let's blame it on the dog. Yeah. So like, there's this group here, and I'm sort of thinking, like, maybe I've got an outside chance. But you're at that point in park race where everyone's kind of got into their rhythm, and you kind of know who you're going to overtake and who you're not. And so I know if I'm going to catch these guys, I'm really going to have to empty the tank. And at the moment, I feel like I've already emptied the tank. This park run gives you loads of opportunities to second guess your track as well. You'll see there's like little furrows, and you have to pick the right one. And I don't know it well enough to know which one is the right one. Because there's some you sort of start running in the little furrow, and then you realise that only 1 foot can fit in the furrow. At the moment it's fine, but on the way back you kind of have that, and you go, oh shit, I'm in the wrong furrow, I need to like move again. So I'm kind of trusting these guys know what they're doing. So this is called Perry's Perch. I imagine Perry is a volunteer, perhaps, I don't know. We've turned into headwind, and now I'm sizing up, red Santa hat, red t-shirt, thinking, could I catch him? he's got an interesting gait. It's a little bit like mine, actually. So I wonder if he's broken his leg at some point. His left leg, like mine, sort of turns in a bit. I mean, maybe we could be like best buddies and get like, I won't do that because that'd be super weird. But like, if I did ask and he said, oh yeah, I broke my leg and like, I've got a slightly rotated left leg, then like, because my right one turns in, we could get t-shirts made up and we could be like these slightly turny leg people. Anyway, he seems like he's probably someone that I should be targeting. I just am naturally disposed to think that everyone's faster than me, so I'm playing this little mind game with myself at the moment of trying to catch him whilst also talking myself out of it. We're coming back on the other runners as well. Very nice to see so many people. It was like 400 people. It does get quite busy at Kesgrave, especially on Christmas Day, because it's one of the only ones that does Christmas Day and New Year's. I've been doing Christmas Day at Kesgrave for probably 4 or 5 years now, I think. I sort of alternate between this one and I go to my one in Norwich, Eaton Park. I think Eaton Park. Why have I put 3K without the actual fucking split? Anyway, Eaton Park this Christmas had 1,200 people, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go to that one. And I think it was like super swift as well. So yeah, they are a little bit of they are interesting Christmas Day parkruns. Like, we joke about it being called Park Race, but like Christmas Day and New Year's Day, like they always are like a little bit racy. Like people really want the podium on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, so it can be quite fun. I don't know, it feels like an occasion, doesn't it? And like I sort of was feeling a bit like that, although not having the talent to get anywhere close to the first three. Here's my sister on the left hand side in a pink top and a white hat. You can't actually see her, I don't know why I put sister in pink. She ran a 1940 something. I think she's been running a little while. She's doing really well. We're going to do Cambridge half marathon together next year. Well, not together, I'm way faster than her. That's me trolling because I think my sister will probably be watching this at some point. Anyway, no, I'm super proud of my sister and it's really nice to see her running, and it makes it much easier to buy her Christmas presents as well. So this girl here I'd thought about tucking in. She's running super fast as well. I think we have a little exchange of, I think I might have just grunted like that, and she said something back which I didn't hear because I had my tunes on, but it sounded positive. And I'm going to tell myself it was. I've only ever I did get trolled at a park run recently, but that was because I actually fell into the person, so I think I did deserve that. Most of the time people are just like, well done, and sometimes if it's an arch nemesis it's through gritted teeth, isn't it? Right, okay, this bit here starts to climb up. The wind was really pissing me off, because at this point I started to notice that the combination of it going up very undramatically, we're talking like 0.5% gradient, it kind of raises about like 1 metre or so. And the wind, which I was hoping these trees on the left-hand side would help me avoid. Oh, I've got another brilliant excuse as well. You can see the light on the right-hand side flickering. Because I wear glasses, I can't wear sunglasses, and it was getting in my eyes and burning my retinas out, and I should have put that on Strava with my little PDF of excuses, but I forgot. So I'm adding it officially into my list of run excuses for Kesgrave Parkrun. If you could mentally log that as an excuse, I'd be very grateful. At this point, you've got it downhill slightly. I do remember this was my first ever park run in about 2017. Hadn't really been running much. Didn't know how to pace anything. I think I went out at a ridiculous pace and I blew up around 1 kilometre. But I was so goddamn stubborn that I just kept going at what must have been like threshold plus 20 beats per minute. And I was in absolute, if we had have had the gruntometer, it would have spinal tapped and gone to 11. It was one of the most painful runs I've ever had. And then I came back a few weeks later and did it a little bit better and like paced it a bit better, and I ran my first sub 20. But equally, I don't think I've ever run as hard as those two occasions. Today, obviously, I'm trying. I always think like, yay, I put the actual split up. Yeah, you can see my pulse here. I think probably it's lower because it's cold. In the summer, I can get it up to about 185, 187. I think I've seen it out on like a really hot day. But this is, if the gruntometer had have worked, ChatGPT couldn't help me with that. It pretended it could, and then all of a sudden it went, oh no, I can't actually do that, after like stringing me along, saying it could create me a gruntometer. I was really hoping I was going to have like a little speedo dial in the top left-hand corner, and it was going to like go up to 10 if I was at full grunt. Anyway, it was just basically based on my pulse rate, so bollocks. So now, this is kind of an exciting bit. A, because you're near the end. You've got under a kilometre to go. I do actually thank the marshals here. I'm trying to get a little bit better. I should say volunteers, isn't it? I'm trying to get a bit better at that. I think I'm still only hitting like a 30% gratitude rate with the marshals. Look at that bloke go. That is nuts. And then I think, is that position 2 behind him? Like, the guy that came in first ran a 16:20, and I think the second place was only like 20 seconds behind him. So I love this bit. This bit of the park run, it's like really quite fun, because like you're running at potentially your fastest. I'm getting into the 340s, low 340s. Tiny little gradient up, but nothing much. But like, it's kind of fun. It sort of like keeps you sort of like thinking, because you have to like look at where the track is and like the camber and all of that shit. And then I haven't done this parkrun enough that I've completely mapped out where the switchback is. There's like a yellow post, and at that point I think you've got like 400 metres to go or 300 metres to go or something. And I did have a cheeky little look at my watch, and that wasn't helpful. Yeah, there, you saw my head move. I had a cheeky little look at my watch just to see if I was on for an 18, and then like my brain was like, well, I don't actually know, because I can't do the maths on it, because like I don't actually know how far out I am, and I wasn't really looking at the distance. I was just looking at like the time. Anyway, I kind of decided when I saw the switchback I was going to go full on grunt, but when I got to the switchback, which is here at the tree, I realised, hi Santa, I realised I was absolutely fucked. So I'm trying my hardest to catch this guy. I really am trying. I kind of feel like I can get him, and I also know that if I get him, I feel like he almost has like an 18 written on his back, and if I can get him, the other guy in front of him, he's gone, no chance of getting him. But like, that's my route to an 18, or at least plan B, beating my previous PB at Kesgrave Parkrun. And I am giving it everything at this point, mainly because I'm hoping that when I get to this bit here and the other runners are running around the corner, that there's my future wife will come around the corner and think I look like a hero, and not like a sweaty 50-year-old man who's gurning and grunting pathetically. Anyway, here it is. I always don't quite remember. Is this like 200 metres? No idea. Can never quite remember. You'll notice the distance at the bottom is getting a little bit confused. I think the stats kind of got a little bit confused towards the end. Little bit of a bump here. I'm proper like going for it here. Don't have a sprint finish. It is just Jason trying to maintain the same pace. I think I've picked up very, very slightly into the 336s. I really need to... the 328. Come on. No. And I finish in a 19:13. Exactly the same fucking time as last time. So if anyone can run 18 minutes at Kesgrave, please leave a comment, because I need pacing to an 18 here.